Finder main screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in what I call a preterm. And the preterm I'm going to use is lookup. And lookup is a term that many people will use when they're trying to find something on the internet. And we don't know exactly what they're trying to find yet, but this is what the software will do for us. It will show us what they're looking up. Okay, let's click on search. Give it a couple of seconds. And here we go. These are the types of things that people are looking up on the internet. So we can explore these to see how many people are using the search term and also how much competition we have. Okay, let's take a look at this one in more detail. Look up area code. First off, if we click on Get Search Numbers, that's going to tell us how many searches there are for this term in 1 month. It's 105,150. Now, Get Exact Phrase Count will tell us how much competition we have. Okay, in order to show you how this works, let me go to Google. And here I'm just going to enter the term lookup area code, just as a broad match. And notice that there's 211 million pages because it's looking up the broad term lookup area code, which means that it's going to return any page that has any of these words or has these words in any order. So that's not very helpful. To find out what the real competition is, we really need to look at the exact match, which is in quotes. And this will return pages that has this exact phrase in all these words in that order on the page. We see there's 35,200. That's a much better indication of the competition for this particular phrase. Now let's go back to Micro-Niche Finder. And if we go to Micro-Niche Finder and click on Get Exact Phrase Count, it's going to return 35,200, which is the exact phrase count for this term, just as if you were doing it in Google. Now that's a lot of searches, it's a lot of competition, and it's going to be very hard to rank in Google for this phrase. So let's look at something that has less competition. Okay, let's look at lookup address by phone number. This one has 1,170 searches, and in Google the competition is only 24. Now that's a much better phrase to target. Let's look at another one along the same line. Look up a phone number. That one has 2,970 searches last month, and the exact phrase count is 11,400. Now, that's a bit more competition there. Not nearly as much as the one down here, but one thing that we found is that the problem with the exact phrase count is that it tells you how many pages are indexed for this particular phrase, but it really doesn't tell you how strong the competition is. So that's why we come up with an index called SOC, or Strength of Competition. And with Strength of Competition, it will tell you how strong the existing competition is for a particular keyword. For instance, let's look up a phone number. If we click on SOC, it tells us that there's absolutely no competition for this. Now what that really means is that even though there's a lot of pages out there that are indexed in Google for this term, they're not doing a whole lot to optimize their websites or their web pages. Lower the strength of competition, the better. And we give you a little color indicator here to let you know how strong it is. Green meaning go, yellow would be caution, and red would be too much competition. Let's look at one that has a lot of competition, like for instance, just the term lookup. Click on that, we see that there are 64,800 is the SOC index, which shows a red. search for affiliate programs that are outside of ClickBank just by clicking on this. We'll also do a broad dig. With the broad dig, it will take your original keyword phrase and then return searches that have a broader appeal. For instance, with the term look up address by phone number, it will search for address by phone number and return even more phrases for that particular search term. On the other hand, a narrow dig will dig down deeper within this phrase, look up address by phone number, and it will return additional phrases related to that, which here are 3 more. And a couple of these look really good. Then you can run the same searches on these phrases. You can also copy all the phrases on the page just by clicking here.